Welcome to the Freedom Chronicles.
Definitely an antisocial type.
Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
We got a loudspeaker here, and when we go into battle, we play music very loud.
With a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Merry Christmas. This is the Christmas Spectacular episode of the Freedom Chronicles. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Mike Imbasciani. Thank you for joining us in another episode. I hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holiday out there. We are, of course, as always, broadcasting from the Brian Chapman State Farm bunker right here in Southwest Florida. And like a good neighbor, Brian Chapman State Farm is there for all the insurance needs that you have for your very own bunker. Give us office a call at 941-625-9998 or visit the office at 2040 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte. With me, as always, Mr. Ken Lovejoy. Ken, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to talk about, but before we do that, this show is growing. It is expanding. Really? Where it is.
Is it?
It is. So we are, of course, on CTA right here. You can go to
email.
CTVA.tv. Follow that QR code as well, and it'll take you over to CTA. Check out all the shows on CTA. We're also on Rumble. Make sure you subscribe to the Rumble page. Share it with your friends. QR code for that, too. There's QR codes for all of this, folks. So use that. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Rumble channel. And we are now on YouTube. For now.
Yeah.
You know. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Since the whole Twitter thing, the deep state, the intel community has kind of backed off a little bit on the other social medias because the narrative is that they're only doing this on Twitter.
Exactly.
This only happens on Twitter.
It is funny.
Backing off because I haven't got nearly the flags on Instagram that I usually get.
It is interesting because I'm kind of running this little experiment on YouTube where I have my regular music channel, which you should also go and subscribe to. But I also now have the Freedom Chronicles YouTube channel. And I'll post a short, which is a little 60-second video on my regular YouTube channel, and it'll get, one of them has 2,500 views on it, and some of them are doing really well.
Guitar.
800, yeah, exactly.
It's a totally different genre, yeah.
I posted a 60-second clip, nothing political. It was of our talk about Pearl Harbor from the Pearl Harbor Day episode, just a couple weeks ago. 0 views. Which means somebody is shadow banning. Yes, political content shadow banning. But so go beat the algorithm, folks. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it with your friends. Because most people still don't know what Rumble is, which is fine. So go share the YouTube link. Also, make sure you can really donate to the show here on Venmo. Eventually, Abby's will open and Lovejoy will get his apple fritter again. So donate to the Apple Fritter Fund for both of us.
It's open. You just won't drive to
just
Northport.
Not to Northport. No, I won't. So go to Venmo at Mike-Imbasciani-1.
The Port Charlotte store is still closed.
It's still closed. Yeah, it's sad, very sad.
Okay, it is.
The podcast is now also on a few other platforms. If you have Spotify, you can listen to the show and watch the show.
Really?
The video version of the show is on Spotify, or if you're just driving in the car and you want to listen to the show, you can listen to it on Spotify as well. The Freedom Chronicles also now on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe to it there. That's just audio only. You can listen to that. And then also
shadow ban there too.
Probably. Also on iHeartRadio. Go find the Freedom Chronicles on iHeartRadio and subscribe to that. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, or just want to wish us a Merry Christmas as well, send us an email, Mike Imbasciani, 1, @gmail.com. So this episode, this is the Christmas episode. We tell you
only happy talk.
And there's going to be a little more news towards the end, but I think every week we come on the show and we do talk about quite a lot of slightly negative things. So I think it'll be nice to dive into what is happening this holiday season with folks around the country. And I have 4 stories here. This is very nice to hear. There is a secret Santa that is blessing tons of people in East Idaho. So a secret Santa in Eastern Idaho has blessed a paralyzed Idaho woman with $20,000 to help pay for a much needed bathroom renovation. Jill is a joyful resident of Idaho Falls who works as a developmental disability aide with children, which is very nice. She gets applause for that right there. However, she has been through a lot of adversity throughout her life as well. At the age of 19, Jill was paralyzed from the waist down after being involved in a car accident. Although she was told she would never walk again, Jill left for her LDS mission in a wheelchair, and she came home walking using canes, and she's used canes for a long time throughout the years. She's undergone 2 major surgeries over the past year as her shoulders have begun to get worn out from the canes.
From holding up her whole body.
Yeah,
right?
so but the strength this woman has to do that is fantastic.
That's great.
So it turned out she would need a big renovation for her bathroom to make it more accessible for her. So on behalf of Secret Santa, this Secret Santa in Idaho, they presented Jill with $5,000 worth of gift cards to Home Depot to buy supplies for the bathroom renovation and a $15,000 check to pay for any work expenses for the remodeling. So it's very nice to hear about that. Also in East Idaho, a Secret Santa gave a wheelchair to a first grader who cannot walk. Mother said it's a miracle. So very nice to see that happen. And a mother with a baby with a heart defect received a $10,000 check from this Secret Santa in East Idaho. This woman named Sarah, her daughter Sierra, was born 9 months ago with hypoplastic left heart syndrome and is in need of a heart transplant. So it's a birth defect that occurs with the left side of the infant's heart does not form correctly, according to blood flow. And so this will help with that. Awesome. Which is so nice to hear. And then a mother whose her son in Idaho recently got a huge surprise from this saint. It could be the same person doing all this. This Secret Santa in East Idaho is so nice to see.
If it's in East Idaho, if it's another family in East Idaho,
yeah,
you're probably correct.
Right. That's what's so great. Like these 4 stories all in East Idaho.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All Idaho Falls or?
Yeah, all around East Idaho.
Wow.
And so this woman, Kim, and her youngest son, whose name is Parley, moved to the state just a few years ago. The son was involved in a serious ATV accident. He has suffered a traumatic head and brain injury, multiple fractures and burns, and they were given $10,000 as well. So it's sometimes,
that's awesome.
Yep.
That's
and
awesome.
Sometimes something like this really brings a family up and could make their entire year. So it's nice to see somebody out there giving back to folks like that and make
also,
their Christmas fantastic.
Did you hear about the I forget the name of it, but it was a landscaping company, and the owner, I guess, had invested, with some company money with like an investment firm. I don't know, it was a 401k. Anyway, the investment guy did a great job, and they had like a big windfall. Everybody in the company got a Christmas bonus.
Oh, very nice.
The lowest amount was $7,000.
Wow,
that was the baseline, and it was it was determined based on years of service, how long you worked there. Baseline was $7,000.
That's awesome.
The largest $200,000.
Wow, jeez. Very good.
All the way, I think it was 28 million.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Or I could be wrong on that amount. It was several million that he wound up dispersing to all his employees.
That's very nice.
And the lowest one on the ladder got $7,000.
Yeah, exactly. But see,
what I get? I think I got a company Christmas card and a T-shirt.
Good job.
Ken, you're the best.
You're the best, Ken. I just say I like the hat. It's your Christmas hat with your little Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, this is actually my St. Patty's Day hat. This is I got a little razor blade tucked up underneath here. I'll go peeky on you
blinders,
in a heartbeat.
Exactly. But
back, I got a Santa pin on it. Yeah.
Yes, it's very nice. I like your little Santa pin. But going back to, when people give like this, it's very nice. The Democrats and people in power love to say you have to give. It's through the taxes. But when people actually have all this money, they do give.
They give of themselves anyway. Whereas if you look at the left, if you look at the charitable contributions of Barack Obama and Michelle, since him making Senate, pretty nil.
Yeah.
Except to his own little
the group that
commie
one hand washes
organizations.
the other anyway.
And then you look at the Republican candidate, Bush, though I really don't care for him much anymore after what we've all learned.
Yes.
But at the same time, you look at his charitable donations and what him and his wife do for veterans.
Oh yeah.
You know, so when you the left wants to tax you,
right, into giving
and redistribute it,
to who they think deserves it,
and only to their favored causes.
Yes.
Whereas, and then try to get you to believe that the Bible is what tells you to do that.
Right.
No. I'm supposed to give of my own volition, not to be taxed through government.
Exactly.
But seeing stuff like this is just awesome, and I hope we see more of it.
Yeah, and this is another feel-good story. We have a picture of this kid too.
Another one?
12-year-old boy. Oh, I have a few more.
Another East Idaho?
This is in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
A 12-year-old Boy Scout in Minnesota, and we have his picture we can throw up here. There he is working hard to bless children he does not even know during this Christmas season. Jonathan Werner has been spending numerous hours selling bags of flavored popcorn, and who doesn't enjoy?
Looks like he's getting close to that eagle.
A nice bag, yeah, right? Of flavored popcorn, the caramel corn.
Oh, I love the
cheesy corn.
Not so much the cheesy corn, but the caramel corn.
Exactly.
You know?
The chocolate covered
peanuts.
Caramel corn.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Now you're talking.
That's what I want.
I want
anyway,
diabetes.
Anyway, Jonathan was going out as well as selling chocolate covered pretzels, also very nice, inside of store entrances, telling prospective customers, hello, my name is Jonathan and I'm a Star Scout in Troop 506. And so 12-year-old Jonathan here sold $56,000 in Boy Scout popcorn.
Now, come on. Did he do that all door to door, or his dad and mom?
Hey, you want to buy 10 grand worth of popcorn, don't you?
Tell me who his parents are, and I can tell you how much they helped.
Right. But this is very nice because then he took his share of the proceeds
and donated it
and bought $11,300 worth of Christmas gifts for every foster kid in 4 Minnesota counties and part of a 5th.
You are already an Eagle Scout in our books, sir.
Exactly. Quote, I just want to make kids happy for Christmas. Let's put Jonathan's picture back up there. And so that lump of toys right there, that huge pile of toys is some of the toys that he bought for those kids. So
I wonder if you go back to 1970 and show us what $56,000 worth of toys would look like.
Yeah, right. 11,000 by the time he gets his cut.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, yeah. And this was nice to see. Who doesn't love justice for Johnny?
Yeah.
You know, Johnny Depp, he made it some good redemption in his life here and showed that, he's, but anyway.
I mean, it was fun to watch.
Yeah. It was good
Just
for
the
men.
Highlights.
It was good for men out there everywhere.
Who
got the win in the court system. Anyway, an 11-year-old boy battling a terminal heart condition received a very heartwarming video message from Johnny Depp himself, and that picture was a screen grab from that, who dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow. Anyway, I don't do those impressions
he might have done that for a video message, but he actually...
He used to do that and go to the
I just read a story a while ago where he did that,
mm-hmm.
and he went to some kid's hospital room in Jack Sparrow, or met some kid, arranged a meeting like that. He's great.
He's great. And this has been very nice. Corey is currently in care and has already had 2 heart transplants in his young life. He's 11 years old, but he's a YouTuber and he wishes someday to reach 100,000 subscribers, which would earn him his silver play button award, which is pretty cool.
Give it to the kid.
They already did. Listen to this. Okay. On Sunday, Corey shared a video through his channel, Cracking the Box. Like cracking like the squid.
I get it.
For the viewers out there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
they might not know.
Yes. Anyway,
don't make me unleash the Kraken.
Yes.
We are on FCC licensed stations. Wouldn't be appropriate.
No. Anyway, Depp, who is 59, he went above and beyond to help the boy achieve his wish. He gave a very nice little speech. And I wish you the best of luck. I'm your #1 fan, Captain Corey. And on December 8th, before sharing the video, Corey only had 1,000 subscribers on his channel. Since posting the video, his channel crack in the box, has over 180,000 subscribers
now. You
now.
get his silver button down?
Yep, exceeding what Corey was hoping for. A couple days later, Corey shared another video of him and Johnny Depp having a conversation through a video call. Depp continued to portray Captain Jack Sparrow while pretending as if he were on a pirate ship. And Depp complimented Corey's pirate hat and was about to knight the boy with his sword, but the video then cut to a graphic which teased the audience that Corey would need to reach 200,000 subscribers before he would release the rest of the call. So, hey, especially after the whole court case drama, Depp has a lot of very active and very tight supporters. So I'm sure this kid will get to that.
We're going back a long way for the tight support for Johnny.
Oh yeah. So it's nice to see that, and he's using his the support that Depp gets to help kids like this going through this terminal illness, and especially this holiday season. It's very nice.
And I used to judge him. I used to judge Johnny quite harshly, but after watching the trial with Amber Heard, I totally understand why he was drinking that much wine.
I got a jar of cocaine.
Totally get it. They had the jar of cocaine, really, quite frankly. When you look at what he's dealing with that.
Yeah, right. Well, he got
deuce
out.
in the sack there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Don't trust crazy, folks. Anyway.
But that's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're all crazy and capable of anything.
Very true. Anyway, some more feel-good stories. Who doesn't love a little puppy? Who doesn't love a little puppy?
This happens to. I can just tell by the picture. Yeah, it is a dachshund. That's not a full blood dachshund. But,
no. But look at this cute little dog.
You gotta love the little dachshunds. They always have back trouble. Well, Mitzi had back trouble, and we did the cold laser treatment.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and it helped her out to where she was still able to get around. She was never in one of those.
Yeah,
but you see a lot of dachshunds.
So this is Trey.
And
his owners live in College Park, Ohio.
Okay.
You know where that is, Ken?
I would imagine somewhere near Columbus.
Okay, maybe. Don't know. And he used
I lived there 7 years, but it was in Youngstown, and
right.
I made it to Akron once.
Okay. Anyway.
I was just looking to get out of there.
Yes.
Not travel through.
No. So Trey here used to love going on walks all the time. Unfortunately, in October, the dog started to lose the use of his hind legs. Yeah. As you just mentioned, the owners
you can't let him jump. You got to get him ramps.
You got to get the little ramps and the little stairs. Anyway, Patty Rader and her husband took him to the vet. They found out that Trey's spinal cord was damaged and that he was paralyzed from the mid-back down. Poor the doggy. So spinal cord damage, as you mentioned, is common among dachshunds, with around 25% receiving it at some stage of their life, due to their long backs and their little tiny legs.
Yeah, and they jump. They always want to, I'll show you, and which is, when they're young, they can do it. But when they're jumping down, that's when they wind up getting hurt.
Exactly. So the family searched for ways to help out. So the family learned of a program through online pet product retailer Chewy called Letters to Chewy Claws. The program gives pet owners the opportunity to submit their holiday wish lists on behalf of their pets to the retailer for Chewy Claws to review and possibly respond. Trey's owners sent a letter to Chewy Claws, hoping to receive a gift that would help the dog out again. And
do you guys use Chewy?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we get our dogs.
It's like the Home Depot for pet owners.
They're great.
Yeah.
So, despite over 65,000 letters being submitted to Chew Claws, Trey's letter did not go unnoticed, and he and his family were surprised with the gift. Trey received his very own wheelchair. Let's show the picture once again, helping him walk with his ecstatic family again. There you go.
You would see, people make their own.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty cool.
Got all kinds of little contraptions that they've got for them.
Yep. And speaking of winning and giving some things away, Mike Gabler was the winner of Survivor 43, and he announced during the season's after show.
Survivor 43?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
43 years?
I guess so. Well, 43 seasons. Sometimes they do 2 seasons a year. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Wow. Because I'm like, no. It hasn't been going on
43 years.
Long.
No.
Yeah, they must do more than one a year.
I'm sure they do. Anyway, he announced, and we have this picture that there he is. He will donate his $1 million prize.
Oh, I heard
to veterans in need. Very nice to see.
Very good.
So, Mike here is 53, and he's a heart valve specialist.
Hence his ability to willingly
survive.
donate $1 million.
Yes, exactly. To King, he's from Kingswood, Texas.
The special thing would be Circle K cashier donates the $1 million.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
A little perspective here.
Oh, yeah. But
The
still,
guy's
very
already
nice.
got $1 million, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Anyway, quote, there are people that need that money more. Exactly. So there you go.
True.
Good job.
God bless
He's
him.
giving away
That's
the
awesome.
$1 million to help
And
with
then he
veterans.
made it through. I used to watch it. I used to watch
Oh, yeah.
Survivor a while ago, and it's not. I mean, it's not easy.
I'm sure it's not.
And
but at the same time,
you're
it's
not. You're not really pampered
right.
at all.
But what's the Sam Kinison bit, of them filming the starving children in Africa? It's like, well, you got a granola bar in your hand. Like right now.
Why don't you just give him half the sandwich?
Yeah. Don't give him the sandwich yet.
Yeah, exactly.
We need the footage. So
I've been seeing a lot of
come on.
Kinison pop up on Instagram
I love
lately.
it. He's great.
Love that because back when he came out, I mean, that was it was him and Dice Clay.
Oh yeah, Dice. You can't beat Dice.
When the HBO specials that Rodney would put on,
it's not
were hilarious.
The family-friendly comedy,
no.
but it might be perfect for your holiday season. Go YouTube some Rodney Dangerfield, Andrew Dice Clay, and Sam Kinison at your own peril.
I miss Sam. It was good.
Yes.
It was funny.
Anyway, and to wrap this up, the feel-good news here: 90-year-old great-grandmother.
That's it. Just 20 minutes.
That's what we got.
That's all we got.
That's what we got. 90-year-old great-grandmother.
We actually struggled to come up with that.
Yeah, I know.
Much, right?
I did. Graduates from college. 90-year-old great-grandmother graduates from college 71 years after starting, quote, "You can never quit learning." Good for her.
90.
It's very
and
nice.
Look at her.
Yeah, she's great.
She does not look. She looks like she could be in her mid to late 70s.
I forgot to send Ben the picture.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
But
well,
Joyce,
take my word for it.
Yeah. Joyce DeFore, then Joyce Viola Kane, enrolled into Northern Illinois University in 1951. Where initially she wanted to become a teacher, but switched her major to home economics. She had completed 3 years of her degree, but then met a man at church that she says stole my heart, and eventually getting married. There she is in 1955 and dropping out around the same time. So she went back and graduated.
Good for her.
Yeah, she went on to have 3 children with her husband. And so it's very nice.
So it can be done.
It can be done, folks. There's hope for me yet.
Don't take Joe Biden as the baseline here.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people excel
into
well past octogenarian years.
Yes, very true. So Ken, for this Christmas season, do you blast some of the wonderful Christmas tunes, some of the classics, Bing Crosby?
We were actually
Nat King Cole.
We were doing that.
Michael Bublé.
No, we were doing that of Asani last night as we were preparing for Dwight Eisenhower in the Blue Suede Review.
Very nice.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I love listening to the Christmas music,
work.
but it's not. I don't know why it's not working this year. You know, the reason for the season,
right?
Well, this isn't really. I mean, from what we can tell, Jesus was actually born sometime in March around my birthday. But it's celebrated around here. But all the pagan peripherals that surround Christmas, I can't find myself getting into it this year. It's kind of a bah humbug type thing.
I understand. Some years can be tougher than others, especially for some people. So it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
That's why we are here for you, folks.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, Mike.
I know. I'm here with my Santa hat, making you chuckle ever so slightly. So, folks, send us an email. Send Ken your Christmas wishes.
Yes.
And, so send a very nice email to Ken and me if you want.
It doesn't matter. Be harsh. Be honest.
Yeah.
That's all
we want to hear. We want to hear. What are you looking forward to this holiday season and going into next year? Send us an email, Mike Imbasciani1@gmail.com. greatly want to hear about it, and we want to hear from all of you out there watching and listening. And speaking of Christmas songs, we'll get into this because I think Mariah Carey always has a very holly jolly Christmas every day, or every January 1st she walks into the bank with that royalty check. Because her monster hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You, which we can't play due to copyright reasons, is estimated to bring in, there she is, in her heyday.
Back when she was just a thin little thing.
Ooh.
She's lost weight from what I understand.
Well, she has, but still.
Slimmed herself up.
Anyway, there she is. Oh, yeah.
Well,
anyway, her monster hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You. We had to take a second there just to appreciate her holiday cheer. Is estimated to bring in an insane amount for the singer every year, earning more than $1.55 million in 2021 alone. She's 52.
But you know
that?
now is that did she write that song? Is she credited for that song? Is that why she gets the royalties, or is it just that her song, her version of it gets played? Because there's more than one version. There's Mariah and 2 or 3 other
co-writer. So it's been a winner not just for the artist, her, but for her co-writer, Walter. Say this. Afanasieff. Walter Afanasieff.
I would say that Afanasieff, with Afanasieff being the last name, Walter is not his real first name.
Probably not. No. Anyway, he's the co-writer, so he makes a lot of money off this too, as does Sony Music.
Okay. All right. Well, that she gets a cut is cool, because that means she's also getting a cut of the other people that sing it too.
That cover it, exactly.
God bless.
Oh yeah,
man,
so good for her.
Good for her.
Oh yeah. So unbelievable. Anyway, enjoy this music that I do not make any money off of. So that's why you should donate.
See, that's just the thing. If it's Venmo. A Christmas song that's popular, you got it for life.
Right.
You know, because every year that song keeps coming up. If it's the traditional stuff, like my mom grew up across the street, what was it? Gabe Lopano was the guy's name. He was the lead singer, and he wrote this song, Rhythm of the Rain. And I forget the name of the band that did it, but it was a one-hit wonder. You still hear it on some of the oldies stations. That's cool. And he used to get,
royalty checks.
Yeah, but not huge.
Mailbox money.
No, he still had to work.
Not $1.5 million a year.
A supplement
for November,
Cascades.
End of October.
That was the name of the band.
What was it called?
The Cascades.
Cascades. Okay, very nice. But yes, for Mariah, October 31st.
Well, really, right after Halloween
to January 1st.
You seriously had some stations doing that.
Yeah.
We were getting pressured at Seaview, one of our stations in the cluster.
Yeah.
We usually do it the day after Black Friday. We'll start doing like 2-3 songs an hour, Christmas songs, mixing it in with the rest of it, and then more, and then the week of Christmas, wall to wall.
Yeah.
And we had like 1,250 Christmas songs. Now this year they wanted us to do that, go wall to wall, almost wall to wall from right after Halloween, with about 200, 300 songs. I'm like, man, the burn factor. So we fought it this year, but we're not going to be able to fight it next year because for whatever reason, it is a ratings boom for stations that do that. So a lot of the classic hit stations, you'll start seeing them go wall to wall Christmas, in my opinion, way too early.
Oh yeah. That's okay. This is now the season. So go blast your Mariah Carey and your Nat King Cole and Bing Crosby.
Yes.
And play Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, here's one of
Dean
my songs.
Martin's version.
Yes, Dean Martin's version. Here's one of my songs. Me playing a Stevie Ray Vaughan song. Anyway, this is Cold Shot.
One of your covers.
Yeah, one of my covers. Here's Cold Shot.
That's a gold shot. Yeah, it's a drag. Yeah, it's a train. That's a cold shot, baby. Love. Sorry, boy, ever causing you pain. You showed your appreciation by walking out anyway, and that's a cold shot, baby. Yeah, it's a train. That's a cold shot, baby. So sad. Too bad. So sad.
Don't let our true love run cold, baby. Very nice. You've seen the music video for that, right? The original Stevie Ray Vaughan video. Oh yeah, I love it. Hilarious, folks. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. Anyway, so one thing I want to talk about as we go into the real news here was something the real news, the more depressing news, unfortunately, is what we talked about on your last show of the year on your radio show, which was what freedom means to you. And folks, I think especially this holiday season, as we get ready to head into a new year, it's important for you to sit back and as a family, if you're with your family or by yourself, and just think about, what does freedom mean to you? We've seen so much happen in this year alone, whether it's the midterms and everything before that, and just the corruption that Elon has been exposing with Twitter, and the corruption that we've known about for a long time. Get involved locally in your area, and it's going to be a new year coming up, and next week's show is going to be part of a year in review, because we did that a couple episodes ago with our year anniversary episode, but also looking to what the future can bring. So Ken, for you, what does freedom mean to you as well?
The ability to do and go as I please, the ability to interact with whoever I want to interact with, the ability to have a free exchange of goods for money.
Yeah.
For me to buy something, it's nobody's business what I buy or where I buy it.
Yeah.
The right to self-defense. This actually, basically, freedom means to me what the freedom that was given to us via God and the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. That's what freedom means to me. It's what we have been losing for well over 50 years, very slowly. It's been the death of 1,000 cuts. And the cuts have become so great that I think most people see it now. And I don't think that there's any, if you don't see what is the raping of your freedom right before your eyes at this point in the game, then, well, good luck to you, Pollyanna. And I'll be standing next to you on our way to the showers. It won't really matter.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what it means to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think so few people, so few people really feel that strongly about it, because I don't think that enough people have ever really considered it.
Mm-hmm.
They've really never looked at themselves in the mirror and really, what does freedom mean to you?
Right.
What is happening around you, and what is going to happen to your children and your grandchildren, and what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do anything about it, or are you just going to be the meek little go along to get along and die on your knees?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's coming to that. I'm sorry, but with the Great Reset and the bodies dropping
new world
from
order out there.
yeah. And the bodies dropping on an almost hourly basis from the clot shot at this point, I would suggest that it's time for people to wake up. The window of opportunity to do anything about this is closing very quickly.
Yes. And the folks, that's why it's important. This is the time you're going to be around family that you might not have seen, and ask that question to them too. What does freedom mean to you? Because you have to understand what's going on. Now, we tell you all the time, you can't just turn on the TV news because they're lying to you anyway.
I've
because
been on
it is
vacation
depressing.
since last Friday, and I haven't watched, I haven't read the news, nothing. I checked some headlines because I knew I was doing this today.
Right.
And that's about it. I just got pissed off all over again and said, man, I'm really glad that I hadn't been paying attention.
Right. And because it's easy to not pay attention.
Well,
but,
and it's coming anyway,
Right.
So it's like you almost, maybe Pollyanna's got a point, it's coming anyway. And there's not a whole hell of a lot that we as just little stooges, tax-paying idiots out here can do about it.
Yeah.
And so is it better to just pretend that everything's all well and good, and then when it hits, what's that? I don't know, because it doesn't seem like it. We pay attention to it. A lot of people do pay attention to it, and what we pay attention to, we wind up witnessing that our own side is complicit in our destruction.
Yes.
And when you look at it from that perspective, I'll just tune everything out, and I'll just wait and take the shot when it comes.
Well,
what do you want? Voting doesn't seem to help.
Right.
Because it's not about voters anymore. It's all about ballots.
Well, and that's the thing. So that means going forward, we have to play by their rules. They want to play that game. We have to play by their rules. So it's about, you can shut off the news.
Would we have to play by their rules if we had people on our side of the aisle actually had some balls?
No, but they don't. I mean, even when we get into Patriot and Trader, we'll talk about it.
Why not just burn it all down?
Right. The tree of liberty is thirsty once again.
Oh,
unfortunately,
it's been thirsty for a long time.
Yes, it has.
Yet instead, we go to Ukraine to refresh theirs.
Oh yeah, and Zelensky's on his way to give a speech in front of Congress. Please,
may his security be lax.
Please, give me more money. Ukraine.
Needs more money. You heard what I just read the headline and I puked in my mouth. But McConnell wanting to send, in the omnibus, sending a bunch more billions of dollars because the base of the Republicans, we are all Republicans. No, we got to support Ukraine. I don't give two craps about Ukraine.
Exactly. We have our own problems here.
We've got our own problems here. And besides, you got most of Ukraine that's already moved here, and they're living about 20 minutes north of where we're at right now. So they're doing fine. They're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Anybody who's left over there are either too poor to leave or are part of the problem. Sorry, but look at the history of how Joe wound up in Ukraine and why Putin actually invaded Ukraine. Look it up. We're the problem.
Yes.
Sorry.
It is.
Am I on a rant?
Am I ranting? Folks, in case you missed out.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
This was supposed to be happy talk.
I'm trying here.
You keep pushing my buttons.
Yes. Well, and so, folks, that's what it's about. It's not about watching the news, because that will just piss you off. You have to. I appreciate you watching shows like this, because we try to bring you news that maybe you're not hearing about, especially on the mainstream news, and bring it to you with some jokes. Ken.
That was a little funny earlier.
It was very nice. That's why we're reeling back to that.
I'm a big fan of, again, not watching the news, but reading.
Read your news, and don't tune out completely. You have to understand what's going on and see what's going on.
The holidays right now,
it's the holidays. Yeah, that's okay. On Christmas Eve, Christmas Day,
they're
shut
just
it up.
Going to try and ruin your holidays.
Yes,
by you watching the news. Turn it off.
Yes, watch this show.
Watch this show next week, and then watch our New Year's show immediately after.
Right, exactly. There you go, and that'll be your catch up.
Yeah.
Anyway, but have that discussion with your family and think about it yourself. What does your freedom mean to you? And understand history, understand where we're going. I keep these pictures from China from a few weeks ago, prepped and ready. Look at it and see what's happening over there, and what they're trying to do in Canada. Oh, you're waiting too long for a stair lift. Why don't you just
just off yourself?
Yeah,
we can help you do that.
We're from the government. We're here to help.
If you'd like a medic, I'm sorry that we can't get your ramp up in time. But,
yes. Instead, we'll just unalive you.
Thank you for your service, paralyzed corporal.
But
you
have outlived your usefulness.
Yeah. If we do offer medically assisted suicide.
Yes.
That's Canada now. That's Canada now.
Yeah, that's Canada. Right on our doorstep.
And they're just offering it out to somebody who's perfectly fine, disabled, but is just asking about the chair, the little lift.
Yeah, just asking, hey.
That they said they were going to put
wait
in.
Time?
So that's all.
Yep.
Just check it on the schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
And how soon are they going to lower the age?
Right. Oh yeah.
Just like the trannies here. How soon are they just going to lower the age and say, well, I was having a bad day at school. Probably should just go off myself. It's sad.
It is sad.
Sick.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But
sick.
That's what Canada has become. And it's soon.
And if it's there, that means it's on our doorstep.
Up here, kids.
It's on our doorstep. The same thing with your freedom to be able to pay for whatever you want to pay for in cash with your debit card. They want this CBDC to be able to track everything you're doing and shut it off if they don't like what you might be buying, including what they're already doing in China by saying, no, you can't buy that train ticket because we know you're going to go to that protest where we're just going to arrest you and throw you into one of the quarantine camps anyway. So
sick, evil people, folks, and your window of opportunity
to you
is closing quickly.
Yes. Very sad. Anyway, Argentina won the World Cup. Nobody cares. Good for Messi.
What sport was that?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Football.
Oh,
yeah. Lionel Messi wins his World Cup. Yeah, good.
And they call baseball boring.
I know.
Jeez.
I know. I can't. I can't. But good for the country. You see the parade. It's like millions of people all across. They look like ants.
I like junior soccer, like when Emily was playing soccer when she was a kid, watching kids trip over each other and stuff. It's a blast. And when somebody finally does score, it's
yay! But they're all winners here.
And look, they care more about their soccer than they do, again, about their freedom. And you've got a lot of people like that here. Well, let's go back. What did the Romans do?
Yep. Build a Colosseum. Distract.
Pacifying.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's hard to get pacified. I can't believe those people are paying what they pay to go to an NFL game these days.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
And finally, before our patriot and traitor, Kerry Lake, the election lawsuit can go to trial. But you know what? It's not going to make a difference.
Slow fade.
It's slow fade. It's very sad.
It is
because lawsuits, all of that. These trials, it's all after the fact, and it won't help in the end. If it does, great. Prove me wrong. Please, I want to be wrong on this. I want Kerry Lake to be the governor.
She's fighting it the right way. She's going through the state because that's where the issues lie.
Right.
She's not going to get anywhere in a federal court.
No.
And even this judge, I fear in the end is going to say, well, they already certified the election.
Yes.
So sucks to be you.
Yep.
But I'm glad she's fighting it, and she needs to fight it.
Yes.
I mean, again, that's where the fight has to be held right now.
Yep.
The only way between now and 2024, the only way we're going to be able to ensure a modicum of integrity in our election is to get these state legislatures to clean up their act.
Yeah,
that the Pennsylvania Supreme Court is even involved in the process shows you how, again, unconstitutional it is. It's the state legislators of each state. They're the ones who are responsible for the election. They're the ones who have shown us in these several blue states that they have absolutely no backbone. The Republicans in these states have absolutely no backbone whatsoever. Again, they betray us. Again, the Republicans stab us in the back.
And just in case you forgot, they still hate you, especially these elitist actors. Sean Penn says being unvaccinated is, quote, criminal, and those people shouldn't leave their homes. So they hate you with every fiber of their being. They want you to be unalive. And
he just said that?
He just said that, yeah.
What a piece of garbage.
Right.
What just a complete piece of Mengele-ridden garbage.
Yes.
Has the world rot? What, we didn't get rid of enough Nazism apparently at the end of the war. Instead of bringing their scientists over here to help with NASA, we probably should have just taken them out.
Probably.
Several doctors were.
Oh, I know.
During the Nuremberg trials. Yeah. That's why we came up with the Nuremberg Code, which
we're ready for another one.
Every nation in the world signed on to, and they've just shredded in the last couple of years.
Yes. So that brings us, folks, as we only have a few minutes left, we've got to make this quick, for our Patriot and Traitor of the Week. Ken, who is your Patriot?
I don't know any this week.
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
Freedom Cow.
Freedom Cow. Always our patriot in a pinch.
We'll think of one quickly. Anyway, mine is Justice Clarence Thomas. It was very nice. He was spotted laying wreaths at Arlington National Cemetery. He's an older guy.
He does that a lot. He does that. This isn't his first year doing it.
No, it's not. So it's very nice to see him doing that. He's a true patriot, one of the only on the Supreme Court, if not the only. So good for you, sir. Thank you, and it's much appreciated. Ken, who's your traitor?
That would be the Republican Party.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very true.
Just cowards, save for a handful.
Yes,
just worthless. The RNC, all 168 of the members of that corporation.
Yep.
Most of the elected Republicans, save for a few, maybe one or two senators and some congressmen, handful. Backstabbing cowards, just traitors.
Yeah. Mine is I'd say the Democrat Senate, but it is the Republicans too. It's the Senate in general.
The Uniparty.
Let's run this clip. This is Rand Paul.
I brought with me the Omni, 4,155 pages. When was it produced? In the dead of the night, 1:30 in the morning when it was released. Now, people argue that it's conservatives' fault. You don't have the Christmas spirit. Somehow you're holding up government. Well, whose job is it to produce this? The people in charge of spending. The people in charge of both of the parties. When did they know that this would be necessary? Well, it's in the law, September 30th. You got 9 months, almost 10 months, to produce a plan, to have a spending plan. They weren't ready on September 30th. So they voted themselves 90 more days. They weren't ready last week either, so they voted themselves another week. And now we have it at 1:30 in the morning this morning. But what's the clamor? The clamor is to vote. Vote now. Let's get it done. Why are you standing in the way of spending? Well, the real question is this. What is more dangerous? What is more dangerous to the country? $1.1 trillion in new debt, or as Republican leadership likes to say, oh, but it's a win. It's a big win. We're getting $45 billion for the military. So which is more important? Which threatens the country more? Are we at risk for being invaded by a foreign power if we don't put $45 billion into the military? Or are we more at risk by adding to a $31 trillion debt? I think the greatest risk to our national security is our debt. The process stinks. It's an abomination. It's a no-good, rotten way to run your government. $6 trillion entity, and they want 24 hours to process this, and then they want to go forward. I will be demanding 2 amendments. One, that this goes against the budget rules. The pay-go rules say you can't do this. You can't have all this new spending unless it's offset. We will also be demanding that the pay-go rules are increased. Instead of taking 60 votes to evade.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, how about producing an actual budget instead of nothing but a continuing resolution, which is all we've had for years?
And of course, by Tuesday evening, the Senate advanced the legislation by a 70 to 25 vote. And who read it? Nobody.
Proving that the greatest threat to national security is the House and the Senate.
Yes, because at the end of the day, I have it right here. In the end, 21 Republicans voted to pass the bill, same as it ever was.
Backstabbers and their BS excuses. Well, military. Military. Backstabbers. Cowards.
Folks, think about what your freedom means to you. Get involved locally if you can in your area. And just getting involved means sharing the information as well. You're going to be around. Sharing is caring, especially the show. Subscribe to the Rumble page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share it on CTA as well. Because freedom is always the way, and liberty will always triumph over tyranny. Ken, Merry Christmas to our producer.
Christmas.
Ben, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from the bunker.
Live long and prosper.
Good night.
You're watching Conservative Television of America, working hard to stick socialism where the sun don't shine.